Interviews with business owners and veteran executives who share their wisdom and expertise to help you de-stress, free up time, and make more money. Profits of IT. Welcome back to the Profits of IT. I'm Jim Punzenberger, your host, and the creator of the Managed Prospecting System. If you're looking to generate leads and appointments without cold calling, ad spend, or spamming, check out managedprospectingsystem.com. I have Heather with me today. Heather, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your company, JumpCloud.
Yeah, I am Heather Harlos. I am the head of MSP marketing at JumpCloud. I'm very new to the team. I was actually at Bitdefender and in distribution before that. I've been in distribution longer than I'd like to admit. Hopefully it doesn't show too much, but super happy to be here at JumpCloud. They just are doing some really neat and innovative ways of accessing your system that I haven't seen before. So our logo is Make Remote Work Happen. And as we all know, people are having to move to that or had to move to that faster than we ever thought. So our goal is making sure that people can access their IT resources seamlessly. And hopefully we're doing a good job of it.
Great. So it's has JumpCloud been in the channel a long time?
I think we're right at 8 years, moving into 9 years. So still young in the channel world, but growing every day.
Cool. And tell us a little bit or something interesting about yourself outside of work. I heard something that you ride, and not only ride horses, you also jump them too.
I do. And fun fact about that, which if anybody's heard me speak, you've probably heard this multiple times, but I could actually ride a horse before I could walk. My mom would actually, as an infant, put me on the horse. I would hold the reins. We would actually go jump a course that jumps. Hopefully she had a helmet on me. I don't know. But I did my first horse show at 2 and never stopped ever since. So.
Wow, that sounds really amazing to be riding horses before you're even walking.
Yeah. I don't really recommend it for other parents out there, but it is a fun story.
I don't know if you have kids or not, but
No.
if you would, so if you do have kids, you're not planning on teaching them to ride a horse before they can walk?
No, I do not recommend that, but it did work out for me. Okay, I'm still alive.
Got it. All right. So what would you say is your superpower when it comes to business, and how can others learn from that and apply that in their own lives and businesses?
I would say the biggest thing is don't be afraid to be different. I think in business, people think that there's this mold that you have to follow or you have to fit in. But in my opinion, the most successful people really create their own paths. They find their way of working with teams. They understand that everybody's different and they aren't afraid to change their communication style to really match who you're working with and making sure that person's comfortable.
Got it. So how can I, if I haven't been necessarily great at this, what can I do to improve?
I think the first thing is really kind of dropping all those preconceived notions of what you think you should be and figuring out who you are, which is a bit of a journey. But everybody has their own style, they have their own way of working, and figuring out what that is for you and really what makes you different than the person doing the same job next to you. There's that one thing that you can do extra or you can do to make yourself stand out from others that's really going to help you propel your career.
So really just figuring out A, what makes you you, and then
Yep.
B, how are you different from everybody else then? Is that?
Yeah, that's what I would say. And I think we have a motto here where basically it's like be 1% better every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's something that no matter what business you're in and what position you are in that company, if you just think about what can you do to make yourself 1% better each day, you're never going to fail. And specifically, if you're in the MSP space,
Mm-hmm.
or CSP space, I always say, and I'm completely stealing this from my former VP, but you have to win every day. People have choices, and if you aren't winning every day and really caring about the people you partner with, it's going to show. And somebody else who does care is going to take the business.
Got it. So making a step, I guess, really, I guess in other words, it'd be keep walking forward, take a
Exactly.
step forward every day to make
Yep.
yourself better, to make your business better, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And make a conscious choice to do that.
Exactly. And don't try to copy your competition. Know what they're doing, but figure out what you can do different.
So really differentiate yourself from them
Mm-hmm.
in some way,
Yep.
and doing it in a way that in your own way, it sounds like.
Exactly.
Uh, any other tips on this and how we can, uh, be better at differentiating ourselves?
Yeah, I would say from a marketing standpoint, understand who your audience is and who you want to work with, and make sure you're speaking to those people. When you, and this is sort of one of the things I've always said, when you speak to everybody, you reach nobody. So even though you're in technology, there's certain things that matter to certain people. The product may, or your service may apply to every industry, but when you become the Walmart, people aren't going to trust you and go to you. So figure out who you want to work with, what your niche is, and lean into that and really focus on that group. They're going to tell others about you. But if you really know who your audience is and you're providing services and information and marketing that matters to them, you're going to see a huge improvement in your growth.
Cool. So is there an easy way that I can, really determine who my market is, or
Yeah,
figure that
I
out?
would say look at your team and look at your background. And if you look at, and it's called a social diagram, if you look at the people you're connected to, what are the commonalities with those people? It may be a certain industry, it may be a certain position. I mean, there's a million things it could be, but there's going to be something that ties sort of your sphere of influence together, and really focus on that. One of the MSPs that I actually interviewed on another podcast that I used to be on, he actually came from advertising agencies,
Uh-huh.
and nobody had really dived into that market. He was able to take his experience working for an ad firm, turn it into a full service company, is now on the MSP 500 list of top or 500 MSPs in the world. And it literally was just taking a market that he understood that he knew other people weren't focusing on and really
Uh-huh.
jumping in full force to it.
Cool. So any other tips before we wrap up here?
Oh, goodness. I am running out of tips right now. I need a trigger for it. I think the main one, though, is don't be afraid to be different. That's the one thing. If anybody can take something away from today, that would be the one thing I would say. Don't be afraid to be different.
Got it. So um another question for you, like what would make what type of company is a great partner for JumpCloud?
Honestly, we can help, and this really is going against the knowing your audience, but the way we've developed the platform, we can help anybody from really that I would say the small medium enterprise is our focus. Um, and MSP CSP market is a definite focus for us. So if you fall in that small to medium business or are an MSP CSP, we are there to help you create efficiency and get your customers working better, faster, easier every day.
Got it. And somebody wanted to get a hold of you, what would be the best way to get a hold of you?
So jumpcloud.com is our website. So I would say go to there. And then if you ever want to reach out to me for advice, help, anything like that, it is heather.harlos@jumpcloud.com.
Heather.harlos@jumpcloud.com. And so Harlos is Harlos.
Yep, that's it.
Got it. So that was been great chatting with you today. Until next time on the Profits of IT, I'm Jim Punzenberger, your host and the creator of the Managed Prospecting System. Check out managedprospectingsystem.com. And until next time, bye for now.
Thank you for tuning in to the Profits of IT. Please smash that like button, subscribe, and share.